Hello guys, good morning. I am Srinivas from Sevens and Talent Solution, trainers for today's session. I think today the topic of the soft skill topic which are going to discuss like how to write the reports and the proposals. It's already 10. We'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes so that others can join so that we are good to start the session. Okay, Ali, yeah. Good morning, Ali. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, good morning for everyone who are there in the session. And I think from the past 2 to 3 months, you are being continuously guided on various soft skill topics. Like today's topic is like general, which is needed for you guys, like how to write the proposals and the reports. I can see nearly 12 members are only there. Okay, we'll wait for another 30 seconds so that we can move ahead with the session. Okay, until that we can discuss like what do you mean by writing the reports and all. What I understand by why should we make a report? Why it is needed? Any answers for this particular question? It's general, man. You can answer it easily. Like, why do we make reports? Like, usually I've heard if your mom and dad are working in any corporate field, they'll be telling that okay, we need to make a report on that particular thing. What does that mean? Or like in your colleges, you might be asked about some of the reports that you have done the like your field report if you are gone for some if you have done some research on particular topic. They'll be asking like yeah, can you submit me a report or the projects that are done by you? They will be asking you to make a report of that particular thing. Why do you think we need to make a report actually? Okay, I'll be discussing that and like from today's topic, we'll discuss the meaning of, we will get the objectives and types of report writing and the steps of report writing and significance. And we'll get the overall like what are the things that will be included, what are the things that not be there, and how should we make a report so that it's look in an effective way. Okay, these are things we'll be discussing today. And coming to the objectives, like we need to know the objective, like before doing a report on any particular topic. Like we need a plan. We need to plan a report before thinking of that. We need to plan how do we make to make a report by including some of the unwanted information and all. So make sure that you collect the necessary information that is needed. Organize your information in effective way, not like just you put some points in the earlier itself. You can we put the result at the starting of any report itself? No, it's not possible. Okay, and like we can't use like any random format for the first page. We'll be using one set of like styles or like some other font size. For the second page we'll be using some other font size. It will be not looking good, so make sure that I will be guiding you on these key points so that it does not look odd if you present it for anyone. And like presenting the data what you have collected for the report is really more important, because though you might have done a lot of hard work in collecting the information and all, you might not get the efficient result at the end. So make sure that you present the data in an effective way. Sometimes what happens is like that I've seen the guys working really hard to get the like what we can say in collecting the information, but sometimes they lag in presenting that. So make sure that when you have spent a lot of time in collecting that, present it in an effective way by aligning it and by using the same font, by using the borders and all. Make sure that you do that in an effective way, though it might take some time, but it does not, it will give a good feel for the guys who will be reviewing that. Otherwise they might feel what the hell work has he done, though he might have worked for a lot of, though he had invested a lot of time. Okay, like as I mentioned earlier itself, we need a report because to document itself, document like if you have done something, they want it to identify. They want some like how do you come to know when you have left the organization or when you have left your college? Like for the others to get to know. If the report is there, they will get to know that, for example, Srinivas had done the report on this particular topic or particular domain. They will get to know. Otherwise, they might not get to know. So, making of the reports is really important. And there are different types of report we can make, like the laboratory reports, technical ones, and for the projects, and for the internships we do, and for the industrial visits we go, and also for the field trips or the field work we go. Okay. I think what are the things that need to be included in the report according to you guys? If you make a technical report, what are the usual things that should be in a report? If the answer goes wrong, no worries. I'm here to guide you guys. No worries. Just try to give them an answer. Like, okay, sir, if these are the things that needs to be there in a report. What are the basic things like for any technical or the report that you do? I think there will be definitely a result. And what are the steps that are taken by you will be taken as the like abstract. These are the things. Like apart from that, what is the things like basic? What is the basic thing that should be there in a report? Okay, Ibrahim has got an answer. Introduction, body of report, and conclusion. Okay, yeah, that's a good one, Ibrahim. Okay, introduction, body of the report, and the conclusions. And like, what will be the next at the end after the conclusion? Like, you will have gathered the information from the particular sites, or you will taken some reference from one or the other. Like, you can mention it at the end or at the references after the conclusion. Okay, thanks, Ibrahim. Applause for Ibrahim for the answer he had given. So we'll go ahead. Like, there are different stages in report writing. Different steps are there in report writing. Okay, I got an answer response from Ali also. First page is okay. Study acknowledgement, abstract, conclusion. Okay, okay, yeah, that's a good one. First page is the like college, yeah, or the like for which the report, if you are in any corporate or in any other domain, you can put the logo of that particular organization. And next comes your name and your certificate, acknowledgement, yeah, and the abstract and the conclusion. And you can add the references, like where you have got the references and all at the end of the conclusion, because you cannot take all the information, like you should guide them, because for a new guy, if he sees that report, you should get an apt idea, like where you have got the previous information. So make sure that you mention the references as well, and try to give the results. Like comparison of the results is also important, because after I will give an idea at the end. You will get to know what I am talking about. Just a minute. Okay. Different steps in writing the report, or like sometimes you will be concerned with how to develop a report. There will be two ways to develop it, like logical and chronological. These are the two ways that you can develop any report that you do. Okay, try to remember that point. And like after that, like preparation of final outcome, like why it is important, like at the end the preparation is really important, like outlook of that report. Is it like how does it impact, like on the first look, if you go and submit the hard copy of any report, like the outlook should be really important. Otherwise you might not get the feel that you have done the in a good way or the best way. So make sure that the final outline and everything should be in a best way, and do it in the best possible way that you can do. Okay, how can you present in an effective way, like final outcome, like what are the things that you can add at the end, like if you are done the report, Not talking about the soft copy, like the hard copy if you are submitting, like you can add some of the transparent sheets on above that, and try to give the borders and also some of the color sheets at the top of that sheets. Okay, it will help to look it in a more presentable way. Like what I mentioned earlier, like presenting the report at the end is really important, though you have gathered the information. Okay. Okay, and like before writing the report and all, like you should be knowing that what you are going to write in a particular report. If you're randomly writing about the things that are not there, some of the unwanted things are being included. It will not good. It will not look good in the report. So make sure that you reduce those and try to get a rough draft before going into the final outline. Okay, if you do a rough draft, you can once review yourself. When you review yourself, you'll get a clear cut idea that what are the things that needs to be included and what are the things that needs to be excluded. So make sure that create a rough draft before going into the actual or the final report, or before doing into the before going into that final one. Okay, because in the final reports you cannot make the so much of changes. You might feel like, okay, I need to change it again. You might feel like in a lot of things that it be there. It should not go like that. So make sure that you create a rough draft at the beginning rather than jumping into the main thing itself. Okay. Like what is the polishing of the work like at the end? What are the things that will be needs to be looked at the end, like once again at the end before submitting? What are things that you need to look? I'm expecting an answer from you guys. Like what are the things that needs to be taken care at the end? It's a simple one. Like before submitting your test papers or you are like when you are in examination, what are the things you look into that before submitting that? Reference link. Okay, got an answer from Dipanshu, like, the reference links. Okay, yeah, that should be added at the end, as I mentioned it earlier. Like, okay, thanks for that, Dipanshu, for being attentive and answering for the questions. And Ibrahim has answered. Okay, yeah, like I got an answer. Like, what was trying to convince you guys? Check whether the font size and the margins and the line spacings are in the correct format. And like, we can do other thing, like, you can check into the grammatical errors, spelling mistakes. What an answer from Ali. It is a short answer, same as Ibrahim. Okay, okay, that's the one that I was expecting from you guys. Like other apart from that, like look into the grammatical errors and like the some of the sentence correction mistakes that you do usually, because the project that you are, or the like the report that you are doing has a lot of weightage. So make sure that not let to go some of the small points, the spelling mistakes and like usage of words, and try to reduce the grammatical errors. Okay. Like, what do you understand by the word bibliography, guys? What do you know about bibliography? Okay, bibliography refers to the points that you are in the process that you are being researching. like it should include your name, like who is the author of the particular project or the report, and where are the locations that you have done the research, and which are the domains that you have done the research, like and what are the sources you had referred for doing that particular research. These are all the things should be included under the bibliography. Okay, I think you got to know what are the must mentions in bibliography. Just a minute. Oh, I got an answer from Ali. Yeah. Like what are things that you have researched and where are the processes that you have been used and who is going to write that particular report. These are the things. And apart from that, where what are the processes that you have used? Try to mention that also so that it looks really good so and efficient. Okay. I think you got what are the things that need to be there, like in an report and all. Okay, we'll go to the next part. Like apart from those things, like we'll get a complete outline. Like how should a report look like? What are the things that needs to be included from the beginning as well as at the end. Okay, like oh, what do you like? What are things that you? I think you have already mentioned some of the point, but some of the points that were missed. I will just let you know, guys. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, guys, sorry for that. Yeah, like what are the things that needs to be included as I mentioned earlier? Like these are the things that needs to be there. Okay,
Like what are the things that needs to be included in an a report are like these things, like the preliminary material, like the title of the report, table of the contents, abstract, synopsis, and introduction, and the like the literature review, methodology, results, discussion, conclusion, and recommendation, and like, at the end, like the references. These are things that needs to be definitely be there in any particular report. So make sure that you can make a note of these points that are being displayed on the screen now, so that you can get an idea. Like these are things that you need to must mention in that particular report. Okay, like preliminary material, like title, like what. Yeah, like title of the report. I think you guys know. Like you should mention, definitely mention the title of the particular report. Like what are the contents? Like what are the things that are need to be discussed and what you'll be discussing and all. These needs to be mentioned there. And like an abstract or synopsis, what are the steps and what are the process you will be using. These needs to be mentioned there. Apart like in the preliminary material. Okay. And coming to the like body of the report, like here comes the major part of your work. Like what do you think in the intro you will give? I'm expecting an answer from you guys. Like what are things that you will guys will include in the introduction of any particular topic? Like in the introduction you'll give an idea like what are the things, like on which particular domain, like if you're doing it on like increasing the mechanical strength of any particular metal, like you will give an intro about that particular metal. Like you take an example, you can take an example of any metal, like you can take an example of steel, like aluminum 7075 is a material, like how we will increase like intro, like aluminum is a material which is having high strength and ductile strength. These are things that you will mention in your point. Like, and what are things that you will be doing so that you can get the best out of that. Okay, got an answer from earlier. Sorry if I missed that because yeah, because of some technical glitch. Section will be a section and a subsection is mentioned. There are introduction basic things. Okay, and little of each diagram. Okay, okay. Thanks for that, Ali and Ibrahim for the responses. And coming to the next, like apart from that things, like in the introduction, you will mention those things as I mentioned earlier. And the literature review is the where you will be getting the particular ideas of that particular topic, like where you got the information and what you will be doing. And these are things that needs to be mentioned there. Okay. And coming to the methodology, like what are the steps? Like if you take an example of aluminum 7075, how will increase the strength of that particular material? And what are the like coating methods that are being done by you? Like these are the methodology. Like how you spray, how you doing spraying, or you using some other methods of increasing the coating, and how what is the layer or thickness that needs to be coated so that its ductility and its strength will be increased, and so that you can get the best results at the end. Okay, these are the things that needs to be implemented in the methodology. Okay, like what are the steps that have been taken to achieve the desired result at the end? These things should be mentioned in the body of the report and the methodology. Okay. And coming to the results, like after because of the techniques and the things that have been included, what is the end result that you got? What is the end result? What will be the results? Oh, what will be the end result? Okay, got an answer from Ibrahim, and the end results will be algorithm or a piece of code implemented. Okay, in the research you mentioned like what are the steps that are taken, like if you are quoted like what is the particular name of the coating that is to be done, and how it has helped to increase the strength of that particular material. These are things that needs to be known. Okay, and coming to the discussion, like here we'll be discussing the advantages and the disadvantages, like because of the coating that has been done, like we can say that if we do any particular if we think of that any particular coating, I think you'll be surely getting the advantages as well as some disadvantages will be also inculcated, because when you do some process, you will definitely not only get the advantages, there might be some drawbacks that are being caused because of that. Okay. Yeah, that is the end result. Okay, got an answer. Will be the output. Okay, algorithm and the coding. So we can say that also. And like in the discussion, like what is will going on is that they will be discussing the advantages because of the steps that has been taken by you guys, and they'll be comparing with the disadvantages. Like if the disadvantages are on a more weightage than the advantages, then it might not go good. So make sure that when you're doing any particular project or the reports, try to make your report in a better way, like you will identify the more key points of the advantages that has been got. Okay, rather than they are thinking about the disadvantages. Okay, and like coming to the conclusion, here is the like what are things that we can mention in the conclusion. I'm expecting an answer from you guys for this particular question. Okay, got an answer from Ali, the last. Okay, statement of opinion or decision. It's okay. Yeah, good one. Like apart from that, like in the conclusions, we can mention like what are the things by doing the research on a particular species. What are the end results that we got? Because of doing those things, we have got the things that have not been achieved previously. Mention that because it is really important and gives a really good weightage for the overall report that you have been that has been done. How it is useful? Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, how it has made the changes, like from the previous to the current one. How you have made a lot of changes in that particular. Okay, got an answer from Ibrahim. Thanks for the responses, guys. Okay, and coming to the recommendations are the things that you will where you will mention the references and all. Okay, and apart from the supplementary, like supplementary material is that like where you have referred those things and what are the areas that what are the steps that you have taken. You'll be mentioning that. Okay, like we'll go in depth. Like what are things that like we will do in the acknowledging in any particular report. How we can acknowledge? Like these are things like we can refer in that particular acknowledgement topic, acknowledgement page. These are the you can add the members that are being mentioned in the screen above. Hello. Uh, yeah, these are things that you can that can be included. Like you can give your like who are the things that are supported, who are the guys that you have been supported you guys in that particular doing while doing that report. You can include those names because they have helped you guys in doing the particular report. They have guided you. A conclusion summarizes just got a response. Okay. Is there an impact of those findings? Yeah, and the impact. Like, I mean, I forgot to mention that. Like, yeah, we should mention the impact and what are the changes that will be done because of that. These are things that we should be done. Okay. Like in the acknowledgement page, you can use like you can give it like you can mention your friends, colleagues, and those guys who have helped you in that particular like doing by the report. They have given their suggestions. They have helped you some reference material. They had given you some ideas regarding how to make the borders and all. Okay, and like coming to the abstract and all, like what are things that needs to be mentioned in the abstract? I think okay, I did not. Yeah, you can mention the individual names also. Yeah, you can mention that. If you have any doubts, you can ask me there itself. You can mention the name, like if you have been guided by any of your professors, like if you are in the college and you are doing a project on some particular report, you can mention sir your sir's name. Like he has helped me in the acknowledgement page. It would be really helpful because they will be guiding you on a continuous basis. Mentioning their name will give a good feeling for them as well as you. Hmm. Like what are things that you need to include in the abstract or summary? You should express. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Ali. You should express the things that are were applied, and it should try to remember one thing. Like the abstract should give an overall idea, not it should be like too much hectic to read itself. You should not like exceed more than some pages. So make sure that you give it in an app and in a short and a sweet manner. Otherwise, they might feel it really boring because in the abstract itself, if they go like if you have mentioned a lot of things, they might not go till the end. So make sure that it is in a short and a sweet manner. And like in the abstract, you can give it like briefing of that particular. Got a response from okay, Brian. Results as well as the limitation. Okay, like we will yeah, we can say that like we will not will not include most of the part of introduction will be not be there, but the results and the limitations and like the steps that are taken by us to implement that will give an overall idea to them. Like we will give a bird eye view for the guys that what is the report on the base, like how we will get the report. Okay. Like and coming to the next, like you have mentioned the abstract in the beginning. You have mentioned after the abstract, you will come to the main one. Like in the introduction of that particular topic. Like if you take an example, if you want to, as I mentioned earlier, like increasing the strength of any steel or the any random material, no, we can do that. Like we'll go the background, like we'll check whether the background of that particular material, how its withstanding capacity was there, how is the strength of material was there. Like we will do the background study. If it was having the strength to withstand 1 ton of load earlier, we'll try to check how we can increase that. Okay, and like we will check about the limitations and also we'll see the company profile and all. We will see those things and we'll check the limitations and like we will see how we can overcome those limitations by applying some of the ideas that we have in that particular topic or the particular domain. Okay. And coming to the like literature review, like or the content, here comes the major part. What we can expect in the things that should be there in the literature review. I think I'll give an overall idea in the beginning. I'm expecting answer for this in the literature review. Okay, got a response. Thanks for the response. At least I got a response. Yeah, we can do do that and also evaluation. Okay, yeah. Thanks for the responses and a round of applause for both of you. And we can include like what are the further research that they are going to do on that. Like previously, they are taken it to some extent. Like I am taking it forward like to the next level. You can mention those things and like and apart from that, the areas that you are giving like previously the what was the research done and what are its limitations you can mention that also and you can mention what things that will be done by the process that I am implementing and how it can benefit us as well as the whole mankind because sometimes the projects like when we are going some of the big projects they'll mention these things also like how it will benefit overall mankind like if some of the big project of ISRO or some other projects are going on the report will be having all those things that will be mentioned there. Okay. Coming to the methodology, I think you know, definitely know that the methodology, like what are the steps that were being implemented by you in getting that particular outcome? How what are the steps that have been there so that you can get the best outcome at the end? These are the things that I had done. Like we increase the like how we increase the overall strength of the particular material. Like I had applied. Okay, like and where was the evaluation done, how was the research done, what are the tools that are being used, and what are the references I had used. Like you will make a list of all the things and the different types of the steps that are taken. Like sometimes you cannot expect the result by just doing the one step. There will be some multiple steps, and each step will be related to one another, so make sure that you give a clear cut idea in this methodology page. Okay, and coming to the results or discussion, here is the thing where you get the results as well as where you get an opportunity to discuss about the results and compare it to the previous ones and how it has been increased and what are the things that you had done. Make sure that in the result page at least you mention the differences. Like previously the strength was like if you had done any coding and done on the particular material, like now what, because of your work and your ideas, what is the like, if it is small change don't worry because it's an it can cause a big impact. Make sure that you make a comparison of the results like before and after the before testing and after the testing after the coding, so they'll get a clear cut idea that you how your idea is impacted, and it will get all the name and the fame that it deserves. And some of the things that needs to be like you need to know while writing the results are like focus on the results, and the results should be clear, and give it in a precise way. Like sometimes try to mention the pictures that were taken like in doing some particular modifications on the particular material, and try to explain them in a precise and an apt way. Okay, these are the points that I need to look in. And at the end, we should definitely mention the references that where you have got the all the references from that, like the internet, like the Wikipedia and all. You can mention those things at the end. Okay, these are things that need to be definitely be there in any report. And coming to the next one, like proposal writing. Like we have got a brief idea of how to make a report and all. Let's go to the proposal writing. Like proposal writing is what does it refer? Like why do we need proposal writings and all? Like sometimes you might have heard like for any businesses and all, and sometimes in the corporate world they'll be asking for a proposal of some particular topic or from particular domain. Like in that they will be including what are the things that will be they will be doing and what are things that will be executed in a particular period of time, and what the outcome they'll be getting. They'll be giving an overall idea of all those things for a new project, how they will what are the procedure that they'll be using and how they will do that in that particular period of time. These things will be mentioned in a proposal writing. Okay, where where like if you are the client you will ask for some proposal, like if you want some particular set of hard copy of books, like you will give them the cost of that particular set of books for like 100. You will give him a proposal that will be costing 100 rupees for each book. If you take only 100 books, if you take around 1000 books, the cost will be reduced to 90. Like that you will give a quotation or you will give a proposed writing for those guys because they need to have a business with you. So make sure that in the proposal writing you mention all the must mention things like your name and how the procedure, how it works. Okay, yeah, that's a good one, Ali. Yeah, yeah, technically, yeah, okay, you can say that also. These are things that needs to be taken care in any proposal writing. Okay, And what are the things that needs to be taken care of writing a proposal writing? Like if you are giving your client any proposal, like what are you proposing? May try to think about what are you proposing, how you plan, how you plan. Like these are things that needs to be definitely be there, and how much is going to cost because the cost is the major thing they'll be looking at, and what time span it will be completed, and when you plan to do it. These are things that need to be taken care. Okay, sorry for that. Just a minute. I think you got what should be there in the proposal and all. Like you should mention the time span that it goes. That is not been there. You should try to mention that also in any proposal because they need to know the cost. Is really important the time span that will be consuming in doing that particular proposal, or if you are giving the clients an idea of that particular thing that we will doing for you, you need to definitely give them the idea of the cost as well as the time that is being consumed. Okay. And sometimes there are two types of proposals which you can offer. Like if anyone asks you like different types of proposals, we can say it like two types, like the external proposal and the internal one. Like in the external one, I think you'll be definitely knowing. Like in the external proposal, I think you'll be in the external proposal, we can say that like in any contracts, like you will be having the tenders. The tenders and all will be on such a way that if you bid the lowest price, then only you will getting that proposal for you guys. Making it isn't like external way. If you're going, I think if some of your mom or dad are working as the contractors of A grade and the B grade, like there'll be tender that will be called at that particular time. They'll send their proposals. Like each of the contractors will be sending their proposals. Based on that, they will be getting the work. Like they can win that one particular contract for them. It isn't like external proposal. Coming to the internal one, that works out in the corporate field. Like there'll be a team, as I mentioned in any corporate field, a bunch of team will be working on the particular domain. If you are having any particular ideas, like you will give a proposal to all the guys, like in your particular team, so that you will mention the things and the ideas that you are having, and try to convince your team members. Like we have this proposal, we can implement this. If all of them agree, then you can go with that. Like these are the only two types of proposals that are there. Okay. Anything you know to guy? I think you go. I think you guys got to know what I'm trying to say. Okay, and coming to the qualities, like these are the qualities that should be there for a good proposal. The number of factors should be there, like selling tool into a contractual commitment, understand the customer's need, and try to give them the best proposal. And all these things should be taken care and specify the scope, like where are the topics that you give more importance. Like I am going to do this in an effective way rather than any other one, and you do it in a cost effective way. If you mention these are the things that will be highlighted in any proposal, and the material and the quality of the material you'll be using will be the best. Like if you give that particular idea in that your particular proposal, you get the best results. Okay, and you'll definitely be the proposals will be definitely be approved. And keeping this proposal, sometimes you might try to keep the proposal in a very long and in a like you will give try to give more information that will be not convenient. Keep it really short and simple, and use like simple language rather than going to the complicated ones because making it understandable to everyone is more important rather than being making it like looking really difficult. If they feel that the initially itself it is looking very complicated and all, you might not get the best results at the end. So make sure that you get the best, you use it in a precise way, use the plain language, and and mention the like the benefits that you'll be giving for those guys. Okay, these are the things that needs to be taken care. Apart from this, what are the things that we can mention? Like any other things that you can include. We can give the like the previous things and the previous proposals that are buried for you guys, and the previous video performed really well for the previous proposal for the different clients. If you have worked, you can mention that also, because that will give them a belief that you have been a consistent performer and have been worked on the same particular domain in a lot of ways, and you had the outcome of that particular is also in a good way. They mention that they will consider you rather than going to the others. Okay, of alternative proposals. Yeah, we can give them a different types. Like apart from this, I have the other type of proposals. You can, if you are not interested in a particular one, you can choose any of the ones. If you are having some other ideas and all, okay. And coming to the sometimes you need to know some of the tips that needs to be like before. Like if you are presenting any proposal, use the outlines and all, and give some breakups in the middle and all, because continuing it as a whole paragraph would look really hectic for them to read. They will be not able to. They will be not interested if you are provided with an sheet with this field full of a passage like thing. I think you'll be really not interested to look into that. Though you might external appearance may look like you are interested, but inside you'll be saying that what the hell this guy has given me. So try to enhance it visual analysis. Try to give some visual analysis and all, and try to don't overstress on some particular points itself. Like try to cover all the points that needs to be given the particular importance, because stressing on a single point would make them be in the like whole page or in the whole topic would not look so good. So make sure that you cover all the necessary points that is needs to be there. And any other tips that we need to inculcate apart from this. Like like and discuss, like mention the various things that have been done, and like what are the things that have been inculcated in you. Try to give them the generous ideas and give them the transitions, as well as try to give them what will be achieved at the end. Give them an overview, like these are the things that will be done if you give us the project or the proposal is approved. Give them a clear cut idea of the things that will be doing and how you are different from others. Try to mention, like in any field there will be definitely be a competition. Make sure that inform them that what are the things that you do especially other than those who are in the competitors, so that they may lean towards you rather than going to some others and give the proposal to you itself. Okay, okay. The meanwhile, I will paste the attendance and the feedback form. Try to fill that thing.
and sometimes try to avoid some of the like grammatical errors, and make sure that use some try to reduce like might, could, out, may, should, hope, will, consider, it appears. Like these are things that might they are to that they might get a feeling that you're not sure about. Try to be sure and be confident on yourself, and try to mention it like we will be doing, like those specify those things, not like that we will do, like we may do, like don't specify like that, because it might give them the negative feeling and your proposal might not look good. So make sure that you try to reduce the words that are being there like that, and try to inculcate the words that give the self confidence in, try to bring a self confidence on the guys that are trusting you, make them trust on you, and give them the best out of that. Okay. Okay, and thanks for the patient listening. We have discussed about how to make the reports and all, and what are things that we mentioned in writing the reports and all. And thanks for the patient for the past 1 hour. I'll paste the feedback as well as attendance link so that you guys can fill that. Preparation of the LCP. Okay, got a response describing the proposed development, analyzing the physical aspect of site potential constraints. Okay, thanks for the detailed statement at the end, Ari, and thanks for all you guys for being patient and listening the class for the past 1 hour. Please fill the feedback as well as the attendance sheet.